So we're gonna tune obvious reasons, and then we're going to kill Zoe. That takes 2 of his blockers off the board, which is nice. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wetheppls here, coming to you with another Legends of Runeterra video today. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the deck that actually got me to Masters. Yo, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to lie. I can show you guys the stats. I mean, actually, yeah, I can show you guys the stats on AR, on Runeterra AR. I believe I have over an 80% win rate over 15 games with this deck. Like, this deck is literally ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe I just hit the nuts every time, or maybe I just created an actual really good deck. But of course, before we get into the deck profile, because this is gonna be a deck profile today, of course I gotta hit you guys with the YouTube stuff. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I've been appreciating everybody that's been watching my videos, that's been checking out my content. I've been appreciating it. Tournament every single Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Podcast episode, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights. What else? Streaming on Twitch. To be honest, I don't really have a streaming schedule just yet, because I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing. But Donut as well also streams, my co-host. Is that all? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna get into the deck profile, and you know, this is the deck, like I said in the beginning, this is the deck that made me the Masters, that got me the Masters. I have tweaked it a little bit, but we can talk about some of the cards that I changed and the diversity of it. So this is going to be the Elise Trundle Spider deck, with Iceborn being changed. This deck became, wait, actually no, this deck got triple buffed actually. All right, let me take you guys over to the deck right now. All right, so this is the deck. So basically, reason why I say that this deck got triple buffed, actually no, it got double buffed, not triple buffed. It got, actually wait, yeah, it did get triple buffed. I'm forgetting a card. So it got triple buffed. Reason why I say that is for 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons technically, because it's three different cards. So first buff of this deck, very obvious one, Iceborn Legacy. This card is absolutely disgusting, with spiders, with elusive Poro, and marauders. Basically, that's usually the 3 different types of cards that this card is really good with. You can also play this with Yetis, but I personally think that we don't have enough Yetis in the game yet. But in my personal opinion, the spiders and definitely Daring Poro is the way to go with this card. This card being burst speed is absolutely amazing, and it pairs extremely well with Brood Awakening, summoning 3 spiderlings and then granting them +1/+0. Really strong, because now you have basically 6 mana. You literally summon 4 attack, 3 health for 6 mana. I'm sorry. You summon 3 spiderlings with 4 attack and 3 health for 6 mana. That is like what, 12/9 worth of stats for 6 mana. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous, like, honestly. So the card Brood Awakening is absolutely disgusting in this deck, especially once you get like 1 buff. And if you get 2 buffs, it's absolutely game winning, to be honest. Another buff for this deck, Trundle's change, making him stick the board. Not only stick the board, but absolutely sometimes he can be a game winning card, because once you level him up, which again, it's a lot easier to level him up because he sticks to the board now. Once you level him up, him being able to attack forward once or even twice is straight up game winning. He becomes a 5-man. He becomes a 5-mana 5/7 and gains +1 for each 8 costs you behold. He's always gonna gain +1 every turn because at least you have the pillar. So he's always gonna gain +1. So he starts at 6/7. Then he becomes, next turn he becomes a 7/6. He becomes a 7/7, and he has regen and he has overwhelm. So this card is absolutely amazing, honestly, and a great addition for the Spider Iceborn Legacy Trundle Elise deck. And last buff, which in my personal opinion is another card that absolutely game changer, is literally makes this deck what it can do. Vengeance being at 6 mana. This card is absolutely disgusting. Honestly, this card at 6 mana is absolutely disgusting. This, like, I can't say anything more. You play 3 of it, it kills a unit, no questions asked, just get it off the board. I don't want to see you here. Pantheon, goodbye. Shyvana, too big, goodbye. They have a threat that you don't want to deal with, goodbye. Arsenal, goodbye. Like, Zeraf, goodbye. Zillion, goodbye. Like, like whatever they got on the board that you don't want to have it, it's gone, goodbye. So this card is absolutely disgusting at 6 mana, and honestly, and in my personal opinion, I think that this deck has always been kind of a thing, but because this card was slow speed, it was a lot harder because you could interact with it, you could deny it, you could kill the unit that you're trying to put the Iceborn Legacies on, you could bounce the unit back to hand. Because they've taken all of that out the game, and you can pretty much just however you want to summon the spiders, you put Iceborn Legacies on it, and then boom, it's like it does so freaking much. Like, you spend 5 mana, and then you basically just get advantage off of it over the rest of the game. Like, it is so goddamn strong. All right, so let's go over it card by card, and then also I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the mulligan, because I think that the mulligan for this deck is actually extremely like it's extremely the biggest part. I mean, I feel like that's the biggest part of every deck, especially when it comes to these very high rolly decks. Like, this is a very high rolly deck. Sometimes you can have things like Iceborn Legacies plus Brood Awakening, and you could just straight up win the game because you play like, say for instance, if you have 1 spider on the board, you Iceborn Legacies it, and then you Brood Awakening, like, you just summon a whole board of just spiders. Like, it's ridiculous sometimes. But alright, let's go over it card for card. Crawling Sensation. This is a 1-mana slow speed spell. If any ally died this round, summon 2 spiderlings. This card is basically used to summon more spiderlings. Hapless Aristocrat, 1-mana 1/1. Last breath, summon a spiderling. Like I said, more spiderling generations. This is pretty much this deck has a lot of spider generations in Crawling Sensation, Hapless Aristocrat, Elise, Vile Feast, Brood Awakening. Like, those are basically your spider generators. Like, it allows you to just have these 3/3s or even these 5/5s, or if you've activated, oh my god, you're disgusting. If you've activated 3 of these, like, you're actually disgusting because you're summoning 7/7s. Like, that's absolutely disgusting. For like you're literally summoning two 1-mana 7/7s. Like, that's 14 worth of stats you're summoning. 14 worth of stats you're summoning. That's absolutely disgusting. All right, so like I said, that's the spiderling generators. 3 Sisters. This card is absolutely versatile in this deck. I literally use all 3 of these buffs. Like, actually, I use all 3 of these. I use Flash Freeze sometimes to stop the opponent from winning the game. I use Fear the North sometimes to get more damage in, or even to make my atrocity a little bit more. And I use Entomb sometimes to get a threat off the board for like maybe 1 or 2 turns, or sometimes if the opponent is doing something that's targeting my unit, like say for instance Homecoming, you can use an Entomb to then stop the Homecoming. Like, you have a response. Like, 3 Sisters is absolutely essential in this deck. Avaros and Sentry. Basically, this deck needs draw power. So Avaros and Sentry, Glimpse from the Beyond, obviously, and Spirit Leech are in here to draw you more cards. Like I said, Flash Freeze used to stop your opponent from winning the game sometimes, and also usually that's what you use this card for, to be honest. You usually want to use this to stop your opponent from winning the game. Because Pantheon is running around, because there's a lot of like overwhelm in Pantheon and such, and they usually try to win the game with like strike spells, like say for instance Sivir. That's usually what you want to use this for, like Flash Freeze. Like, usually you'll want to like Val Feast it and then Flash Freeze. I talked about Val Feast already. Box is in here for the Arcanine matchup. These like Iceborn Legacy kind of style decks are worse into Arcanine, but the thing that helps this deck a little bit, in my personal opinion, is Trundle. Trundle is like the MVP, honestly, in the Arcanine matchup, because if you are able to stick a Trundle and just swing with him every turn, like, they could Homecoming it. Yes, they could definitely Homecoming it, but all you do, if they Homecoming it, play it again. They still have to deal with it. That's the thing. Like, they can Homecoming it all they want, but once you stick a Trundle, what can they do? Like, honestly, they can't really do much. Like, honestly, they have to eventually deal with it. It's either they deal with it, or they're able to just like beat you down and win the game before you win the game. But because Trundle is such a threat, like, most of the time you're able to just beat them down, and they don't want to trade units with you, because then the likelihood that they're going to be able to win, it becomes a lot smaller. It becomes like the window of them actually beating you becomes a lot smaller when they don't really have much units. So Trundle is really, really good in the Arcanine matchup. So that's why he's played in this deck. So now I'm gonna get to the game-winning cards. I mean, not game-winning, but the cards that like end the game, right? So we got Atrocity and we got Lidros. Like, and I'm gonna get, first of all, I think I already get him a shout out, but I'm gonna give him another one. Doughy Nut was helping me play Field of Rush like a lot, and this combo of Atrocity and Lidros happens so often that I think that this should be like almost a staple in any Shadow Isles Failure deck. Honestly, I think that this should be a complete staple. 2 Atrocity, 2 Lidros, because sometimes Lidros isn't enough to just end the game. If you have Atrocity, like, this could simply end the game. And Lidros is, like I said, in here to make it so that your opponent has to block. Your opponent has to do something. Now, if like, and this happens very often with this deck, you get 2 damage in, right? You get 2 or 3 damage in. Boom, they're at 18. Now, when you get to Lidros' turn, you slice their health in half. Now they're at 9. Now they're at 9. They're at 9. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 is looking kind of low there, buddy. Because now you can die to Atrocity. Now you can die to Atrocity plus Lidros. Like, that's usually how you get a lot of your wins. You get a lot of your wins by making your opponents use a lot of resources on your units, on your spiders, on your Trundle, on your this, on your that. So now when you get to the late game, you play Lidros and you atrocity them, they have no response. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Honestly, what are you gonna do? There's nothing for you to do. You just lose the game. Like, honestly, simply, you just lose the game. But guys, that's pretty much the deck profile. Oh wait, one more thing I wanted to tell you guys about the mulligan. So this has been working for me personally, is keeping at least. So okay, I'm gonna tell you guys the control, because this deck is really good into, in my personal opinion, this deck is really good into control matchups, like a lot of different, like say for instance darkness. This deck is really good because you keep cards like obviously Iceborn Legacies. Like whenever you see this card, instant keep. If you have Iceborn Legacies with Brood Awakening, keep. Usually you want a spider generator, something like maybe Hapless Aristocrat or Crawling Sensation. Elise, amazing spider generator. Sometimes you want to use your glimpses very aggressively so that Elise does not flip, so that she can get more spiders on the board. Sometimes you want to use your spirit leeches very aggressively so Elise doesn't flip, so she can generate more spiders on the board. Brood Awakening, don't forget that Elise gains that +1, so don't be afraid to play her sometimes. Tap yourself out early so that you can Brood Awakening on later turns, because if you are able to establish the board, then this deck kind of just like lays them out, honestly. Because once you get a proc of Iceborn Legacies, it just becomes really harder for the opponent, because now they have to waste so much on killing your units that you're able to just punch through sometimes. And that's another reason why Atrocity is in here, is because your spiders getting up to 5 attack. Sometimes your opponent, like I said, you split them. Let's say for instance they're at 14. You split them in half, now they're at 7. Guess what? 2 Iceborn Legacies procs. What are your spiders at? 7. They're dead. Like, they just died. They just died to a spider. Like, bro, this deck is absolutely ridiculous, honestly. Let me hold on one second. Let me see if I can bring up the my win rate on AR. In a sec, I'll show you guys right now. 80% win rate right now, by the way. 80% win rate. Just give me one second. Let me show it to you guys. So as you see here, let me zoom this in. 80% win rate with the Elise Trundle. This is the same exact list. 80% win rate over 15 games. So I'm not joking. The stats speak for themselves, bro. The stats speak for themselves. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying 80% win rate deck over 15 games. Hey, I'm just saying. So that's my deck profile for today. I appreciate everybody that made it to this point in the video, and of course I'm gonna have some gameplay, so tune in for that, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, peace out. Alright, got some Mono Diana. So like I said in the intro, we always want to keep Iceborn Legacies, mulligan everything else. Elise is super good here. Ooh, we draw Brood Awakening too. Okay, let's pass. Play Zoe on 1. That's perfectly fine. I see a I like passing for Brood Awakening, but let's play Elise here. Start pressuring him immediately. Reason why we're gonna start pressuring immediately is because we have crawling sensation. So if we get some good hits, and then we go into Iceborn Legacy's next turn, then we'll be doing some real work. Let's see. Oh, I thought that was gonna be Diana. Okay, I like it. So no, it's full bank. Okay. So all his what's the names are smaller. So I'm gonna just Brood Awakening. Honestly. Not much you can do. If he attacks, then we're gonna block. It's perfectly fine. Kills one spider. Like we literally don't care. Elise is gonna level. And then we're gonna have Iceborn. Like, we're chilling. We is big chilling here. Because we're gonna Iceborn. Right? We're gonna get in all this damage. This is indeed lethal. But we should play around him having Pale Cascades and such. Also, another big thing is killing Zoe. So let's kill Zoe here. We can always go for lethal a different way. But I don't think we should try to see if he has a way to get out. Because it's very obvious that he does. Pale Cascade allows him to get out of this pretty easily. So we don't just give him the out, right? Let's do maximum damage though. So let's pull there, and let him block the rest if he wants to. Right? No, we can pull there too. No, actually no. No, let's. If he wants to Pale Cascade and kill my Elise, that's fine. I don't necessarily care about Elise. Elise has done her job, honestly. She's done more than her job, honestly. He's gonna Pale Cascade, which is perfectly fine. Kill my Elise, perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. We accept this 100%. It's fine. Summon more spiders. So we're just chilling now. We're just saying, all right, what you got? You know, we're just chilling. They're invoking. We're just saying, all right, we're just gonna pass. They're silenced their equinoxing, which is fine. We're just gonna glimpse it. Like, it's a spider. We literally don't care. Three Sisters. Three Sisters is really good. Just passing. Wild Feast is really, really good because it allows us to get a 3/3, and that's super strong. So he didn't have Pale Cascade, huh? No Pale Cascades in hand. Okay, Meteor Shower. Meteor Shower is perfectly fine. Oh wait, we could have played in the Avalon Sentry, so maybe that's a little bit of a misplay, but I think it's fine. Just getting damage here. Gonna block both spiders, right? So this is only 4 damage. We're still in a pretty good position here. Yeah, no, overall we're still in a pretty good position here. Really? Just gonna block like that? Hold on, make sure. Okay. I'm gonna say, alright. Are you okay with this? He says, alright, he's okay with it. So now he's at 2. So we're expecting some star shapings. We actually missed lethal. Cause if we played our Avaros and Sentry last turn, he would have had to play something, so we kind of missed lethal. So I think it's okay. But he's definitely gonna build a board here, which is kind of bad, cause he's at 2, and we have triple Vengeance in hand. I mean, we're doing okay though, honestly. Trundle is super good, actually, cause now this turn, I mean, all his stuff is discounted, right? So maybe you should wait. Yeah, let's wait. 3 sisters. Okay, 3 sisters. No, we're gonna kill the lifesteal for sure. On the spot, we're just gonna kill it. Definitely not gonna get him a way to just lifesteal his way out of this. Definitely not. Okay, Elise is super good. Gives us some fearsome again. Okay. What should we do? Like that. So he can block us if he wants. That's perfectly fine. Still has to block. I don't like playing into Hush, so let's just not. Okay. Okay, so he draws a champion. That's his 3rd Zoe. So we have a way to kill this in Tomb, right? We can easily stop that. Star shaping, find something else to play. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna play pillar. I'm gonna level up. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of scary, but it's not as scary as it might look. To be honest, it's not that scary. So we're gonna entomb. Obvious reasons. And then we're going to kill Zoe. That takes 2 of his blockers off the board, which is nice. So now all we need to do is get in with either Trundle or it's either Trundle or 1 or 2 of these spiders, and we're basically good to go. There we go. GG. Oh boy, that was a close one. I'm not gonna lie, that was a close one.